The US government, which many nowadays refer to as Trump, has just signed an executive order which restricts all US companies from associating with foreign companies that the US government deems suspicious. And one of these companies which everyone is talking about is Huawei. The reason why the government is banning Huawei is because the government suspects them of having certain relations with the Chinese government, which enables them to spy on other governments. The evidence for this accusation is not really clear, but still the ban has been implemented. So what we can do now is see how this affects Huawei, which is a very huge tech company that is responsible for making many phones into the world. Currently, they've sold more units than the iPhone. They've sold the second highest amount of phones in 2018, and they've been the fastest growing tech company. But this ban is going to put a brake on their growth, a huge brake, and it's going to slow them down a lot. Since most of the companies they rely on to make their mobile phones are US-based companies. A company like Google, which owns the operating system that Huawei phones currently use, Android. Google has now cut ties with Huawei, and they only have 90 days to completely disassociate themselves with Huawei. That means they can't provide any services to Huawei and their phones, and these services include Android updates and Android security patches. But Google says they may not be able to provide Android updates, but things like the Google Play Store and Google Play Protect will still work on Huawei phones. So if you currently own a Huawei phone, you shouldn't be really afraid right now, since you can still use your phone. The only problem is you may not get the next version of Android, so that is something to note. Another problem for Huawei is that ARM, which is a company that has provided a standard for manufacturers to make small processors that are more powerful and produce less heat. This company has also disassociated themselves with Huawei. But the problem is this company is not a US company. But from what we hear from them, they actually made this technology or made this standard based on some US technology. And in order not to commit any crime in the US, they've also decided to cut ties with Huawei. Initially, we heard that since Android may not be coming to Huawei phones, Huawei has actually been planning to make their own operating system. The chances of this new operating system succeeding will be very low, since many people love Android or are used to their iOS devices. So the possibility that people will just ignore Android and prefer the new operating system Huawei is going to bring is very, very low. But then who knows, maybe Huawei may make a very, very good operating system that many people will prefer, but I don't think that is going to happen anytime soon. The company that owns the technology for SD cards has also cut ties with Huawei. That means Huawei can't make phones that support SD cards anymore. I don't think this is a huge problem for Huawei, since many people have been making phones that don't support SD cards anyway, but still people buy them. All you need is a huge internal storage and people wouldn't mind. But how does this concern the consumer? Those who actually own Huawei phones right now may not get the next version of Android, but will still be able to use their phones and be able to use the Google services on it, like the Google Play Store, which is responsible for providing you with Android apps. And those who are planning on buying Huawei phones, like the Mate 20, the latest P30 Pro, the Honor 20, well, I think you should hold off for now and wait to see how this turns out. Wait to see if this ban will be removed. If not, then I don't think you should be buying a Huawei phone right now, as you may not be able to receive updates and services as you would want to satisfactorily. I don't think this ban, even if it is forever, will be able to crash Huawei, since Huawei does so many other things besides making of mobile phones. But their mobile phones division may actually not exist anymore. But let's just hope for the best, since more competition in the tech world means better products for us. So if Huawei is removed from the race, then that might actually be bad news for the whole tech community. Let's just hope for the best. Thank you for watching, and if you want to know whether I'll wear the same shirt in the next video, then subscribe. You see me in the next video.